elsewhere in the Champions League on match day 5, it's been rather eventful. Bayern Munich topped the group as they have beaten Dynamo Kiev 2-1. Xavi secured his first win as Barca boss at the weekend against Espanyol, but he couldn't do the same in the Champions League. It was goalless between them and Benfica. Confirmation of United's important win and very much needed win over Villarreal tonight. It was goals galore between Young Boys and Atalanta. Lille have been struggling in the league. They beat Salzburg 1-0. Sevilla secured their first win of the Champions League 2-0 against Wolfsburg. Chelsea 4-0 against Juve. And Malmo, they came close, but Zenit equalised late on, even though they were down to 10 men. So it's been very eventful here in the Champions League, but we have very much enjoyed watching Chelsea tonight. They have been brilliant from start to finish, and I know you loved every moment of it. Yeah,
they was masterful. You know, I think Juventus would get on the plane and they will just be happy that it was only 4, because there was some beautiful football there. Szczesny made a couple of fantastic saves, we see, and this is a step on from what I saw Saturday from the team. Different personnel. Remember Lukaku's not starting, Werner's not starting. That's £150 million worth of talent in the striking areas, and you scored 4 goals past Juventus. And you start to run out of words to describe what the team's doing. Top of the Champions League group, top of the Premier League, champions of Europe, and with a team full of academy graduates, it's going to be hard for anyone to stop them.
Yeah, and they have a really lovely balance throughout the squad, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and I think for the first time in a while, you probably couldn't guess Chelsea's best 11 now, because the likes of Hudson-Odoi, Chalobah tonight, have really staked a claim. Loftus-Cheek, when he came on, looked impressive, and he has been impressive of late. So, yeah, they're in a really good moment. It was a good game for them tonight, because sometimes Champions League games in the 5th game and the 6th game of the tournament, they're a bit of a non-event. But Chelsea needed to have a performance tonight. They needed a victory. If they wanted to cement themselves in first place, they needed to be positive tonight. And I thought they were excellent. And Juventus will be OK, because they're going to qualify as well. They've qualified. But they're nowhere near as good as Chelsea. And going forward, they don't want to miss... They can't get them in the next round, but they don't want to play any of the English sides in the next round, because today, what you've seen of Juventus coming out of Serie A, they're nowhere near good enough to actually threaten any of the English teams now.
Well, Thomas Tuchel took charge of his 50th game for Chelsea tonight, and he has every reason to celebrate. Here he is, talking to Freshman.
OK.
It's on me.
Well, I'm sure Marcus will understand.
I hope so, yeah.
And just finally, look, you've got United at the weekend. Every single one of your players step up all the time. I feel like we ask you this all the time, but how on earth do you keep the squad happy?
Well, let's be honest, the best thing to keep them going and keep them happy is that we win. So everybody has to fight for the place. The guys who are on the pitch fight for their place. And still, if we have some tough decisions like with Aspi in the last weeks, or like today with Mason Mount and Hakim, I feel that they are disappointed, but they will never let the team down, and they will never show it for too long, and it does not affect their work ethic. So this is the secret in the moment, that we're in a good place because everybody steps up and everybody pushes each other. Sometimes you take tough decisions. It's like this in football. I can only start with 11 players, and it's a bit better in Champions League because we have 5 substitutes. But yeah, the best thing is that we win, and we want to keep on winning, of course.
Yeah, and it's a good headache to have. Thank you very much, Thomas.
Well, you're certainly doing a good job of keeping all the fans happy, that is for sure. But you've got to give credit to him. He took charge of Chelsea on the 26th of January of this year. He hasn't even been there a year, and yet he's bringing so much positivity to this side.
I don't think a manager has come in, and certainly at this club, and had as the effect that he's had, straight the ground running, brought the group together. Just going from strength to strength, like I said, built from the bottom up, built the foundations, got the defence sorted out. Mendy come into the side and has been a revelation. Brought Rudiger back in, so they started solid and built and built and built, and obviously to that crescendo of that amazing night in Porto where they won the Champions League. And then again, you go into the transfer market, you go and make a profit and bring Lukaku into your squad. So you strengthen there again. And then you have the lads going away for the Euros. They come back. He uses his squad brilliantly. He brings Ben Chilwell in at the right... He's got this amazing knack of bringing players in at the right time. It's like you know, when you get a good jockey, when he hits the horse at the right time to get it to go. And I think he does it with all of his players. He's connected with all of his squad, and he's doing a marvellous job. And Chelsea are very, very lucky to have him.
Absolutely. And I think when I spoke to Chelsea fans when he was appointed, a lot of them felt that would he still favour the academy players? Would he still play them? At the beginning, he didn't. But tonight is a great example of how he has used.
You know, he comes with a big reputation. Played for France. He flatters to deceive so much. Like, don't be too critical of them, but I expected more from a team of their.
Absolutely.
The amount of quality on the pitch, they showed nothing.
Well, here's a stat that Juventus fans won't want to hear, but they've conceded more goals at Stamford Bridge than Mendy has. Sorry, just thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, it has been the most exceptional night.
But what a performance for the spectators tonight, and job done through to the next round.
And that was our main focus, to get the win, get the job done. We knew the problems that would cause us, and I thought that we nullified them, and the attack done all this work tonight.
You are the player of the match. Can we see the trophy?
Yeah, it's my first ever trophy, and delighted to get this, and glad for the win as well.
Well, look, you kept your place from the weekend. Your first start in the Champions League, your first goal in the Champions League as well. I mean, we saw what it meant to you when you scored against Palace, your first Premier League goal. What did this one mean to you?
Yeah, it meant a lot. So as I said, when I was a young kid, I used to watch Champions League. So now being involved and getting a goal has been very emotional. For me, it's just consistency. Keep playing well, and the manager brought me in, start some training as well, and keep going.
Talk me through the goal, because the technique was pretty nifty. There's not much pace on it.
I just had to put as much power as I can, and that's what I've done.
We saw Rudiger celebrate with you. I know how much he means to you, how much of a mentor he's been for you, and also your journey at this club. You know, you talk about the consistency. Hard work really does pay off in your case, doesn't it?
He's been a massive part, Rudiger, and he's always helping me every day, same as Thiago as well. Everyone around the club really, and for a young player to play for a big club like this, consistency is needed, and that's what I tried to add to my game. And
as a young boy who's come through the ranks at Chelsea, what does it mean to be in this position that you're in now? It is what dreams are made of, isn't it?
For me, I just had to set example for the younger kids coming up. You know, it's hard when you're younger, but hard work pays off if you keep going and believe in yourself.
You're enjoying it very much. Cheers.
Of course, he's enjoying it. Remember your first Champions League goal?
Yeah, I think it was here against Betis. I hope so.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right. But it is a special moment, and a moment, Macca, that he's never going to forget.
No, and nor he should. And as I said, it's a proud moment for himself and his family. He's been through a long journey. He's had to work hard, and he's had to work particularly hard to get into the squad, because he's got a number of centre defenders in front of him who've won trophies and play for their country. So the fact that he plays and you don't even worry about him, he doesn't miss a beat when he plays, and then he throws in a goal like that. Very, very proud moment. And of course, scoring against Juventus is always nice and special as well.
He clearly has the talent, but he has the attitude and the mentality as well.
Yeah, and that is across the board at Chelsea. That's like non-negotiable. You know, these lads from 5, 6, 7, whenever they come through the doors, it's drilled into them about how to be a person as well as being a footballer. You know, for instance, like I was blown away when I went into the academy after the session was finished. Every player to a man and shake your hands. You know, and I said, I remember speaking to the lads saying, I said, that's what we do. You know, we teach them the right values, what it means, and it does shine out across all of them. You know, you go in. You know, when I went into Cobham the other day, and they're all young. They're just very confident, assured young men who are fantastic footballers.